I'm not exactly sure where to start this video. There are a few things I want to say before it begins. And first off, if you're new, welcome. My name's Chae. I'm a junior here at the economics department at Princeton, and I almost recently got suspended for making a video on my YouTube channel, which is what I'm going to explain today. Now, real quick, I want to make a few disclaimers before this video begins because I know it's going to be a very touchy subject and it's tricky waters, and I just want to make sure that I'm very transparent with everything that is said in this video. Alright, first off, in no way is this meant to slander Princeton University, and all the thoughts are of my own opinion. So nothing I'm saying is confidential, and I'm not breaking any rules by sharing this with you guys. And finally, I think a lot of people can misconstrue the contents of this video, so please make sure you watch it in full entirety so that you don't take anything taken out of context. This isn't even clickbait. I'm just trying to give you the facts of the story of what happened. So basically, this entire process and investigation, which I will refer to it throughout the remaining of this video, has revolved around my YouTube channel and making one video that in particular got me into a little bit of trouble. And I'll explain why and what happened later, but basically about 3 weeks ago, I received an email from the Office of the Dean of Undergraduate Students. While at first I had no idea what the meeting was going to be about, I went in and they said it was in regards to a video I published on September 25th, 2019, the day in the life at the #1 ranked university in the country, something that I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen by now. At first I was a little bit confused because I had no idea what contents of the video could have been problematic, but they explained to me that it was in regards to the integration of a sponsorship, which was known as Bartleby. Basically what happened was, in the integration of a sponsor like Bartleby, which is a tutoring service, it is explicitly stated in Princeton's rights, rules, and responsibilities that we are not allowed to use external tutoring services. Now, this was a foresight on my part because in the video I said that I was using it for my econometrics problem set, and in the video I even showed screen capture of what the solution was. Now, to be fair, and in defense of my side of the story, I'm 95% sure that when I worked on the problem set and that problem, I was doing it by myself or with the group, and in no way was I referencing the answer provided by Bartleby Solutions. It was very easy to be taken out of context. Now, fast forward a couple weeks, they look more into the investigation. I provide a statement, I provide them with some documents and my actual problem set to compare the answers, and I go into my first meeting, which was yesterday, November 6th.
It's currently 12:33. It's the night before I find out the decision about this entire thing. The reason I decided to record this is, I just want to say to myself, most importantly, that regardless of whatever happens, regardless of whatever decision comes out of this, I learned a valuable lesson, and I think it's something that can be shared with other content creators out there, other college YouTubers. And honestly, I'm not nervous because I know that the worst that will happen isn't terrible, but yeah, I learned a lot through this process. I think all parties involved have learned a lot, and those are my initial thoughts. I think that whatever I find out tomorrow is not going to change that. I'm just gonna have to take it with a cool head and know that I definitely fucked up on this one. But moving forward, I learned from my mistakes and it's not gonna happen again. This isn't even like an apology to anyone. It's just kind of so I can find some solace and go to bed tonight, honestly. But I'm gonna head to bed. Our meeting's going to be at 10:30 a.m. And yeah, I guess we'll see then.
And basically at this meeting, it was the Dean of Undergraduate Students for academic purposes, and then my Dean of College, and myself, and a secretary. And the meeting lasted about an hour. She gave me an opportunity to explain my side of the story with an opening statement. She proceeded to ask a few questions about whether or not I knew, what the tutoring policy was and why Princeton implements it. And, it just went back and forth a little bit. I defended my stance, saying that in no way was I trying to gain an unfair advantage by using this. I didn't even use it when I was answering my problem set. I had proof that I worked on it by myself and with my group. And so the facts of the case were pretty straightforward. It was really just the context of it and the fact that because I integrated it as a Princeton student, could be easily seen by other Princeton students and think that they can also use it when that is not allowed. Now, I completely understand why this investigation happened, and the fact that I did break a rule is not disputable, but the context of the situation is something that can easily be misunderstood. So that's why I wanted to make this video. First off, I know that there are easily other college content creators out there who could in fact be in the same situation, and I just want to let you guys know, give you a heads up that make sure you check in accordance with your university policy before you decide to integrate any sort of academic services. This really isn't the case for product reviews or anything like that, but I had no no idea, and I'm sharing this with you so you don't get into the same trouble as I did. Secondly, I think that this is very new territory. The fact that me as a college student, but also as a content creator, having a YouTube channel, running my own business, is able to be in conflict and have a conflict of interest with this university regarding a video I made. And in today's day and age, it's crazy that like this is even happening, and the fact that Princeton is catching up to this just means that I have to be more in check with my own standards, make sure that I'm abiding by both rules as a student and as a freelance photographer, filmmaker, and just businessman in general. And more so, I'm passionate about making videos to help you guys. Like, I document my life, I share my experiences in college because I think it's beneficial, and I think that you guys can learn a lot from it. And the fact that I'm documenting this just goes to show that I'm trying to keep it real with you guys. Like, this was a big problem in my life. Like, I had my family and friends just really worried and stressed, and it did take a big toll on me. There were a few weeks where I just felt like I was down in the dumps. I was not having any good mojo, and this whole investigation just put a lot of stress on my mind. But I went in this morning and I talked to the dean, and she told me that I am on disciplinary probation for the next 6 months. Now, to clarify what this means, I am not in too much trouble. Like, this is very much on the bottom end of the spectrum of what could have happened. Really wouldn't have taken much more to turn this into a much larger offense of suspension. So thank God that that did not happen. But what disciplinary probation means is that basically for the next 6 months, I just have to be on my best behavior, not get into any more trouble. So fingers crossed for that one. Overall, I think both parties have learned from this experience. The university has realized that there is a new wave of content coming out, especially from their students, and they need to be ready to adapt to that and be willing to accommodate our needs. And sponsorships are not a new territory, but it is fairly new when it comes to services like integration of things like academic services. So it is a very interesting topic. I'm curious to know your opinions about it and what you guys think of this whole situation. And finally, I think most importantly, the entire college education system is about to be hit with an entire wave of new territory that they probably have never seen before. There are literally hundreds of thousands of content creators. I get messages from you guys on the daily saying you're a college student and you want to make videos. So if there's one thing that I have to say, as someone who's kind of been in this field for the past 3 years now, I've been vlogging since freshman year. I've made probably over like 300 videos. I do this on the daily. It's my passion, and it's also my job, because as a college content creator, we are representing more than just ourselves. We're really representing our school, our community, and that does put a lot of pressure on us. In fact, I would go as far to say that my videos, my YouTube channel, other college YouTubers do have a bigger, if not equivalent, influence on whether or not students are applying, because we really are the ones portraying what it's like to be a student on this campus and our day-to-day lives. So that's an insight that a lot of people don't get to see, and it's a responsibility that we take as filmmakers and creators. But this is definitely the first time that it has gotten me into trouble. We represent our school solely by making videos on this campus, attending these classes, and most importantly, just being a student here. It makes sense why this became an issue. I'm completely owning up to my mistakes, but I hope that you guys have been able to learn from this. If there's one thing you will always know about this YouTube channel, is that I will always keep it real with you. I will never bullshit anything that's happening in my life, just because you guys have been there for my entire journey, and it feels wrong to not share this part with you guys as well. Overall, I am okay. I'm finally at ease after I found out my decision. Probation is really not the worst thing that could have happened, so I'm thanking the Lord up above for that. Thank you guys for the support on everything else. I don't know when this video is going to be uploaded, but hopefully at this point we have reached 100,000 subscribers. I really can't thank you guys enough for all your support. There's going to be a lot of cool projects coming, and I'm just excited for the future. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys, and hopefully you get a better understanding of this situation. For this video in particular, I'm really interested to hear your thoughts and your opinions on this entire situation. It's very similar to other types of college admission scandals, and what are your thoughts on this new wave of content creators? What do you think is going to be problems that the universities are going to face, and what do you think that we as creators can do to combat this? Because at the end of the day, as much as we are students, we are also businesses, and that can definitely be a big conflict of interest. Anyways guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more, and don't stress, finesse. Peace.